I see people who say, oh, monogamous homosexuality is impossible. It's not. It's really not. It's just a couple simple, things to consider. I had met my boyfriend maybe a year into it, and this woman who I was working with said to me once, you marry the same person every single day. When you get out of bed every morning, you're marrying that same person, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. And that really stuck with me. And, as gay people, I think we suffer from a bit of the fairy tale syndrome that there's a Prince Charming out there who's going to be a perfect match for us. And that just isn't really true. There may be, but for a lot of us, you have to really take what comes and work with what you have. And most importantly, the other piece of advice is that I realized that, relationships don't really teach you about the other person. Relationships teach you about you. What are you looking for in this other person? What kind of, psychodrama are you trying to play out by having them be a certain way that you want? That's a lot of the problem, is that we're looking for relationships to fulfill something inside of us, which is fine, but we're not acknowledging that. And so what oftentimes helps to a successful relationship, at least I believe, is to recognize that and let go a lot of our own sense of, I need this, I want this. Marriages and relationships are a two-way street. It's a lot of giving at the same time. And so it is possible to be together. It is possible to be monogamous. We just don't have a lot of role models out there anymore. Lots of us are quiet about that. We're two men, and men are told that they can get whatever they want and be whoever they want, and they have to be somebody. That's the other big piece. Men are told they're going to be successful in their career first and foremost, and then a relationship comes second. And you might not recognize that explicitly, but implicitly, that is what society tells us. When people meet you and they meet another man, they don't ask, so tell me about your partner or your wife. They say, what do you do for a living? But if you're a woman, 9 times out of 10, they'll ask you, how many kids do you have? Or is your husband here? So as men, we are kind of conditioned to put our professional life first and foremost and be independent. And sometimes it can be a challenge to make the sacrifices that you need to make in order to continue a partnership. But it is worthwhile. It is worthwhile, I think. I'm not saying it's the right way necessarily, but I am saying it can be worthwhile.